Mexico and mason workers from Switzerland, the sawmill company established housing where Milton Avenue Safeway is now located. The company housing was also called Los Chantes, or the Shantytown. When sawmill workers' lifestyle improved, they were able to do like George Jefferson would say, move on up to the north side. We didn't get quite to the north side. They purchased their homes in what is now called La Plaza Vieja. They built in the area of what is now the same neighborhood as, and many neighborhood family names today are the family names of those who built their homes in the early 1900s. For approximately 75 years, there was a cohesiveness feeling throughout the neighborhood, a feel of never being alone, a feel that neighbors were there for you, and a deep affection for the neighborhood. I have to say something here. When I was 15 years old, just a few years ago, I took out the family car and drove over to Arizona State College. By the time I got the car back into the garage, my mother knew about it. So, again, the neighborhood was watching. The soup was always on, no one went hungry, parents watched out for each other's children. Neighborhood residents took care of each other. The neighbors always called the area Plaza Vieja, or in the English version, Old Town. It has always been very important for us to retain that proud, caring neighborhood identity. In the 1990s, there was a plan to change it to Blackbird Rooster. As Flagstaff developed, a sense of being overlooked by the city also developed with the neighborhood. There was a general feeling that we needed to handle issues within the neighborhood. Plaza Vieja has always felt well supported by the Flagstaff Police Department through neighborhood watch programs and supported by Flagstaff Fire Department, Station Number 1. For it was a sad day when Station Number 1 closed. Our elderly had no place to go visit the firemen and have their blood pressure checked. I don't know if it was to visit the firemen or to get their blood pressure. But also all the young children went to the fire station to sell their raffle tickets. And the firemen were great. They always bought the raffle tickets. In the 1970s, NAU fraternity houses moved into the neighborhood and things began to change. Plaza Vieja started a neighborhood watch program in 1977. A city employee by the name of Gordon Petrie met with residents at homes, schools, and the church basement, the Guadalupe church basement. Gordon was in charge of community development block grant program. In that same year, the Plaza Vieja neighborhood still had dirt roads with no sidewalks. Gordon assisted us in obtaining housing and urban development grant money to pave our streets. Wow, we had gone to heaven. We got paved streets in 1977. During that time, the Plaza Vieja neighborhood was also designated as a targeted neighborhood due to blight along with Sunnyside and Southside neighborhoods. It was a controversy about building a fire station on a dirt road called Malapai Lane. That gathered residents at community meetings for input. How were they going to handle the sirens coming out of Plaza Vieja? We all agreed they wouldn't turn them on until they got to 5 points. And believe it or not, they did follow that rule. From 1977 to 2005, with the assistance of Pat Tarr and Jerry Blair, we started a grassroots block watch program in the neighborhood. There had been some tagging, small gang activity on the corner of Tombstone and Kingman Streets. Todd Martinet and additional Flagstaff Police Department officers worked with us for approximately 10 years to address criminal activity that was not conducive to our neighborhood. The city's Clean and Green program was also instrumental in helping us keep the neighborhoods maintained. Once the fraternity houses moved in, things changed significantly. There were no City of Flagstaff ordinances to protect the interests of our neighborhood. NAU did not provide any oversight of the fraternity houses. There was excessive noise, disrespect to the residents, and trash everywhere because the students had no buy-in to the neighborhood. We created a telephone tree. There's a party at 507 West Tucson. Call PD. PD got 200 calls. More than one way to skin it. United Way consultant Brazil Padaka began conducting community circles in the neighborhood. The circles are discussion groups based on building communities from the inside out. An asset-based community development program. The focus was on teaching us how to engage with the system, how to build support and quality of life, and to how to explore possibilities for improvements in the neighborhood. In 2005, the Plaza Vieja neighborhood formed a 501c3, which we never thought we would do. It was a proud moment for our tiny little neighborhood. The purpose of the association was to improve living conditions and to improve residents to maintain the general welfare of the neighborhood. We are very proud of being Flagstaff's oldest neighborhood, and we wanted to revisit the Plaza Vieja and to increase awareness of our proud identity. We focused on small victories. This was Grisel's little key to us, small victories. We created the Plaza Vieja Park from half of an easy little parking lot into a place where residents could gather for neighborhood events. We worked closely with city staff and Our Lady of Guadalupe Church to preserve the Adrian Garcia baseball field on Clay Avenue. Supervisor Liz Archuleta was very instrumental in funding the Judge James Cedillo Memorial in the Plaza Vieja Park. Judge Cedillo was from the neighborhood. He served as an Arizona legislator and a Justice of Peace for Coconino County. In the early 2000s, City of Flagstaff City Manager Dave Wilcox began more engagement with our neighborhood. Community cleanups were the catalyst for the city's involvement. Council member Libby Silva's presence on the Flagstaff City Council also began to make a difference for the Plaza Vieja neighborhood. The United Way had a role in organizing the position of the Plaza Vieja Neighborhood Association Outreach Coordinator and contributed to the funding of this position. One of the responsibilities of the Outreach Coordinator was to work with the city's planning department and the association to draft a resident-engaged neighborhood plan. People were excited. We filled up the fire station with our neighborhood meetings. There was good interaction with the city planning department. That effort resulted a comprehensive draft neighborhood plan that was tabled due to the City of Flagstaff's regional plan priority. The draft plan contains the vision and expectations of our neighborhood. It is available for review on the City of Flagstaff's website on the Community Development page. And currently, we are in the process of working with city staff to update our draft neighborhood plan for hopefully approval by the City Council. Our vision is that La Plaza Vieja will be a safe neighborhood which respects and preserves its culture and historical dignity. I would like to take a little time to also thank city staff. I know we've been sometimes at different opinions, but they are fantastic. And I want to thank Kevin and Mayor for helping us. We don't always agree, but they are there to help us, and they do a fantastic job for you. Thank you.
Good morning. I guess you can hear me. The speakers are facing